I was doing the same thing.
Today is my sister's husband retirement ceremony from the Navy. And this is our small little family. My sister, her two boys, my daughter Amber, my niece Tehran, which is my twin sister's daughter, who looks like our sister, my dad, and my little one.
What's up, little man?
I want to see the dog.
Hi, cutie. Hi, cutie. What's up, little man?
I want to see the dog.
I'll show you the dogs after the retirement. How about that? All right, all right. How y'all doing? I'm Dominic.
How are you?
Very nice to meet you. I'm Dominic. Nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Dominic. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
My father. Dominic. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm his
Hey,
sister-in-law.
Dominic.
How are
Nice
you?
to meet
You recording?
Don't be cheating, man. Don't be cheating. we trying to.
You got a light in here. I think we're gonna do some printing, so we'll read out that. Go right in there. So you have to look back.
Just put it on Instagram.
Just walk out and just do that and walk out.
What's that?
Don't leave out me. George is the go-to beat guy.
What you need, brother? Hey, Pete, what you need?
Right here.
It's nice to meet you. Can I tell you a little secret? Can I tell you a little secret? Now, I love Walter to death.
Would it be better
So I'm
on
not telling
Thursday or
you.
Friday before, or Monday, Tuesday?
But I didn't even know he had twin boys till somebody else said it. Oh, really? Does Walter talk at home?
Right here.
Yeah, he's quiet here too. He's quiet, he's quiet, he's quiet. It is really a pleasure to meet you, because I kept saying, you bringing your wife? You bringing your wife? Or son? They are here. Okay. Look, guys, it's okay. And it's nice to meet you. Yeah. Plus that was good. It's okay.
That was my phone. Why you hung up? Why you talking? Why hung up? Why you talking?
It's good to see the new Walter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, please rise for the national anthem and remain standing for the invocation.
Everyone, please be seated. And my shipmate, MA1 Walter Riddick. I know his family has endured a lot through the many years of him serving for the Navy. It is a great pleasure of ours to thank God that He has brought one of our warriors home to his family and friends safely. So I'd like to take this moment for everyone to bow their heads in a moment of silence. You have, and thank you for some good times, not to mention anything specific, but NCIS New Orleans. So, thank y'all for being here. Thank you again, Walt.
Thank you, everyone. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to today's retirement ceremony in honor of MA1 Walter Riddick. I am MAC Chief Master at Arms, Michael Mingarelli. And as you can tell, I'm kind of taken back just a little bit, so just bear with me, we'll get through this, I promise. I am honored and humbled to be your master of ceremony of today's celebration. A military retirement ceremony is our nation's expression of gratitude for a job well done. A sincere official recognition for many years of faithful and honorable service. It is a day of great significance, marking the end of a rewarding way of life within the Navy community and the beginning of a new way of life beyond naval service. The ceremony concludes. For the last time, the retiring service member's shipmate piped the service member over the side. This is a distinct naval courtesy, a final farewell piped on the boatswain's call.
Pay went with the promotion. Yeah. What is one thing that we all know about Walter? Can anybody guess? Walter is a man of very few words. He doesn't talk a lot. You know, I just met your wife a few minutes ago for the first time, Walter. And I said, does he talk a lot at home? Because I figured you saved all your words for home. She said, no, he's pretty quiet there too. But you know, I've heard Walter say a few things, and he was very adamant about them. One was, I don't like the field. Walter don't like going on field exercises. He don't like to camp. He needs a hotel room with air conditioning and maid service and all that. Another thing he said is, I don't like to run. A few years ago, I got this wild hair at my fourth point of contact, and I said, you know, guys, we're going to run every drill weekend. Walter did not like that, and he let me know. And another one is, when you say something, Walter go, oh, this is bull stuff. Of course, this is a G-rated presentation. Women and children are present. But that's what we know about Walter. We all know that. I found out that he had twin boys from somebody else. Yep, I found that out. Not from Walter, but from somebody else. And I thought we were tight.
Basic training.
Walter, your dad's very shy. But, you know, the thing about Walter is he doesn't have to talk a lot. He really doesn't. His character speaks for itself. You know, when we look for a definition of a leader, we like to think in simplistic terms. You know, a leader is someone who is followed. You know, all of our kids, and your kids soon, Walter, will, you know, they come home from school when they're in, you know, kindergarten, first grade, and they're the line leader for the day. Conduct interviews and interrogations. In one of those investigations, a dope case. Yeah, this is just a dope case. For you guys out there that are cops and all understand about dope cases, he turned it to a $600,000 recovery of stolen government property. You know, he didn't stop with just the dope. He went further than that. That's the kind of person Walter is. And the nice thing is he taught others how to do it. They saw him do it and they wanted to do the same thing. And those other people have gone on to other things and have been very successful because of Walter. And I always knew that I could rely on Walter for anything I needed to get done. Always knew that. We had several assignments in New Orleans. Joey Bavona, I know I'm supposed to do the MA1, MA thing, but their mama gave them first names too. Joey mentioned NCIS New Orleans. Well, one of these cases was pretty high profile, and we had a brand new commander. He wasn't law enforcement from the past, he was a submariner, and he was very nervous about it. And he goes, he said, I talked to the other guys in the wardroom, and they said I shouldn't do this. Now think about this, guys. You're a new commander to a new reserve unit, and you really don't know these people, and you got their chief saying, hey, we're going to go to New Orleans, we're going to do this. We're going to be in plain clothes, armed, in the French Quarter of New Orleans. Is that something you really want to do? But then I told him, I said, sir, don't worry about anything. We're going to have Walter with us. And that put him at ease. It also put me at ease, too, because I knew if somebody messed something up pretty bad, Walter would help me bury the body and not say anything about it. And guys, I love y'all, but the body would have been one of y'all. And another person who was always at ease having Walter around was Ray Mabus. Y'all know who Ray Mabus is? He's the Secretary of the Navy. He used to be the governor of the great state of Mississippi. And Walter was on his security detail when Walter worked for the Mississippi Highway Patrol, and Ray Mabus was the governor, and he knew Walter personally. And he came down here often to South Mississippi. And Walter was there to help protect him. Probably the only reservist in the United States Navy Reserve that had the privilege to do that. In writing evals, everybody wants to get promoted, correct? Everybody wants that little phrase, force multiplier, on their evaluation, describing their leadership skills. Well, I'll tell you, is yet to come. You see, Walter was also a trainer. He was a teacher. And he taught many DoD civilians, contractors, and sailors, both active and reserve. And there were and are very young in their careers. And they have a lot of time left to give the Navy. A lot of time left to give the United States. Some of them will leave the Navy and do other things. And remember earlier when I defined leadership as influence? I know that Walter influenced many people in his career. I know this because I had him come up and tell me, Walter each others in the military law enforcement career field. Walter doesn't have to talk a lot. He really doesn't. But when he does speak, people listen. His quiet character, we're all over the world now. Do you realize that? They're not just here in Gulfport. Some of them are police officers throughout the United States. They've gotten out of the Navy. They're serving globally right now. And the skills you provided them have kept them and others safe, whether you realize it or not. Now remember that influence that I spoke about? Influence is leadership. In the future, the people that you have taught will pass on those lessons that others provided them. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call leadership. Walter's done something that will carry on into the future. Ma'am, boys, you should be proud of your father and your husband. He served the state as a trooper, and he served his country in the Navy. I am privileged and honored to have been able to serve with him. Walter, it has been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. We've done a lot. I'd like to do a lot more. But I love you, my friend. I really do. It's been great. Thank y'all.
Lost my spot.
not going to go up there, I'll stand back here. Let me just say this, when I first got here in 2003, January 2003, I was assigned as a watch commander on day shift. Guess who my lead patrolman was? Guess who I learned from? Brandon, I'm an Air Force guy, 24 years in the Air Force, get here, know all the Air Force stuff. Woman up the side says, get that shit, move on. Okay? I did, he taught me a lot. But the one thing, and I'll bring up one story, working day shift one day, and I think Katie was with us, went to guard mount one day, and Miss Ephraim was there. Miss Ephraim was a dispatcher, former Army drill sergeant. She got in front of everybody and says, you know, all these traffic stops got to stop. You know, we're kind of busy in dispatch. So Walter was there, we had a Georgia Highway Patrolman, part of this unit before, was Hank Hanners. Walter looked at Hank, Hank looked at Walter, that was it. 27 traffic stops later, before 9 o'clock, they kept on going today. They just kept on going. Finally, Miss Ephraim called the radio and said, I apologize, I won't say no more. Okay. Next time I met Walter, was just driving around patrol, heading toward Pass Road Gate. He had a traffic stop. I said, it's going to kind of roll by and give Walter a hand. I'm coming around the bend, heading up toward Pass Road Gate. I see Walter reach in the car, grab the individual out through the window,
Wow.
put him on the trunk, handcuff him. I stopped, jumped out, said, any help? He said, got it. I left. Nothing more said. Okay? But seriously, on a serious note, with Walt, you won't find a better person. You won't find a better trainer. You won't find a better, I hate to use the word, individual person. It's going to be a big loss for us. And not a big loss, a huge loss. The way he takes the help with investigations, how we just come in every day and he sit down and say, what have you done, boss? It's done. Okay? But not only is we going to lose, you know, a great MA, but also the friendship throughout the department. Walt was not only just a great MA, but a great friend. Walt, thank you. We're going to miss you, but don't worry, I got your phone number. All right? Thank you.
He retires after 20 years of dedicated service to our Navy and our country. We also gathered to say thank you to a stellar shipmate. Thank you for your many contributions, which in your own unique way have made our Navy a stronger and more capable force in the never-ending fight for peace in our troubled world. Thank you for your many dedicated hours and personal initiative that have helped to make this Navy the proud professional organization it is today. Thank you for being the type of leader that has ensured the next generation of sailors are ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Just as this is the end of one phase in your life, it is the beginning of another. So our gathering today also gives us the opportunity to wish you every success in the future as you look forward to the new challenges and rewards. I extend an especially warm welcome to Mr. Riddick's family, his wife, his two sons. Where choice is made in Walt's service to our country. I speak for the entire Navy community when I say how grateful we are to have you.
Good afternoon. I only got to meet Walter briefly. This is only my second drill. But one thing I learned quickly was he was the glue to the unit. He was an integral part of the unit, and he is going to be greatly missed. I too have your number, and I will be using it. But there does come a time where every sailor has to go ashore, and this is Walter's time. I was not afforded the opportunity to interact with you for a long period of time, but I will be here for a couple of years, and I will use your number, so I hopefully will get to know you even more. But we've gathered here to say thank you to one of our own and to congratulate him for his years of service. And now I think the Chief has some awards that are going to be presented to MA1 Riddick and his family.
Hold on. Boss got a few words he's gonna
Make sure the mic is loud. Extremely.
First off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. I really appreciate y'all taking your time to come see me off. I really do appreciate it. But I especially need to thank a few people, especially Ron and Gary. You never believe how much I learned from them folk, and Katie. I mean, they've always, anything I needed, it was never any question. So I really appreciate it. Rod, and a few people in our unit that have really been over backwards to really make this occasion. Alicia, Pete, Don, rest of you guys, man, I really appreciate y'all. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I just want to say thank you. If y'all need me, you know where I'm at, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Walt Riddick to the podium. And your two sons.
What about you, Tara? They forgot about you. Dad, get mad. No. Keep her. Colton's nervous.
By the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express a grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to you for your unselfish patience in your husband's military career. Your unfailing support and understanding helped immeasurably to make possible his lasting contribution to the nation. To those who say a single man cannot make a difference, I say wrong. Your husband did. He made our Navy stronger and kept our nation safe. With his service to the Navy now complete, he will be able to spend more time with you in the future. Thanks you, and I thank you. Howell Lepich, Lieutenant, United States Navy. Greetings to Ethan and Colton Riddick. By the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express the grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to you for enduring the frequent and long separation from your father as he served his country. These months, indeed years, that he spent away from you constitute a clear and noble demonstration of his love for you and his family. You see, he left you in order to ensure that you inherited a safer world, a surer peace. To those who say a single man cannot make a difference, I say wrong. He did. He made our Navy stronger and kept our nation safe. With his service to the Navy now complete, he will be able to spend more time with you in the future.
I'm
gorgeous.
A fine sword, a brace of pistols, a rifle or a musket, or maybe a sea chest of fine wood and to remind the retiree of crews and ships he had served with. MA1 Matt Feld presented MA1 Walter Riddick with a shadow box. Your retirement shadow box depicts your career achievements in the United States Navy. It includes your many personal awards and a uniform devices indicating the ranks you progressed through as you worked your way up the ranks. The middle portion is for the national ensign, symbolic of the nation you have so faithfully served during your 20 years. I do hereby certify that this flag of the United States of America was flown aboard. Did you have it flown in a particular place? Flown at Pass Road Gate, CBC Gulfport. This is the service of 20 years to the United States Navy. On this, the 23rd family and friends and Walt, thank you. All right, somebody wants to get back to that. Still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 20 years. He stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly. NSF. Man the rails. ME1 Walter Riddick will now report to Lieutenant Lethwich and request permission to go ashore for the Bosun, Pipe Master, ashore. Chief Petty Officer, I gave your promotion to Master of Arms First Class, Walter Riddick, United States Navy, departing. Master of Arms First Class, Walter Riddick, and family departing. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this ceremony. On behalf of retired Master of Arms First Class, Walter Riddick, and his family, they would like to thank you very much for honoring them with your presence. Please join him and his family at the end of the retirement ceremony. Okay, members.
I thought he was going to start crying. It sounded like when he was talking.
He's so nervous. He's supposed to grab the mic. I know.
Oh, yeah, you see? Yeah, he never met her either. Because she's so pretty, that's why they were making it up. He's always been fun.
Mom, can I take a picture with your rose? Mine's in there. Can you take a picture of me with
He's a gentleman.
He's gonna let you go.
It doesn't sound that way.
I'm too afraid to go get my daughter.
I don't like dog. I'm gonna stand right here.
I'm scared of dogs.
That's the real deal. You don't like dogs? That one's the real deal. She's
Maddie.
She's friendly. She's a good school dog.
Be quiet, dog.
Appreciate it.
Now the one on the left.
They're in a cage, Amber. They can't get out.
You're fine, baby. Hey, y'all be quiet.
Brett, how you doing, brother?
This is my best auntie ever. My
best
auntie ever.
She's gonna choke you.
David, look at the paper, guys.